L'Oreal now has a makeup that takes the guesswork out of finding your perfect shade of foundation. Well, L'Oreal, it fucking took you long enough, didn't it? Where the hell was this when I was in elementary school or shit? I'd have settled for junior high. All those mornings, I had to look in a mirror and see a skin tone that didn't quite match my foundation of friends. This would have come in handy. Finally, a product that lets me feel comfortable in my own skin. I mean, doctors can practically grow you another chin now, and it's been 26 years since my sojourn began. I know, I didn't wear makeup back then, but if I'd been exposed to this miracle product beforehand, imagine all the friendships I could have saved. My childhood consisted of a color palette composed mostly of a lighter pigment than my own, and if our life's painting only consists of the colors of people we put in it, my painting looked a lot like a newspaper lacking content, and as the only sentence on the page, it wasn't hard to stand out, so I tried to blend in, tried not to attract attention for fear of being mentioned. I changed the way that I dressed to seem less confrontational, changed the way I spoke to seem more agreeable, changed the way I breathed so as not to be too audible, but I couldn't change my flesh, no matter how bad I wanted to, and I began to notice that I was always the black friend my friend's parents were referring to. Notice that it wasn't necessarily me girls didn't find attractive, but the skin I was dressed in. Notice that being mixed and being black weighs just as heavily on the suburban scale of normality, and I'll admit, it took me a long time to realize what they meant when they asked me, "What are you?" As if my overall classification of human being wasn't quite registering on their one of us radar, and I was lucky because I had friends who didn't seem to notice me struggling to be like them, but the environment I was in never let me forget that I was the exception, not the rule. What if, as children, we were forced to grow up in a school as colorful as our crayon boxes? Imagine how colorful the stories we painted together would be if we began to see unique and beauty as synonyms and not commodities we can exploit to sell stories. If the sentence is she's pretty for an Indian girl, or he's smart for a Mexican, or he's tall for an Asian guy could exist without a qualifier attached to them. She's pretty, he's smart, he's just fucking tall, period. Color only matters to people who are afraid that one day theirs might not, and I've been afraid most of my life of offending those people with my existence, but I'm developing a resistance, a new set of eyes that sees beauty in the abnormalities. I'm writing stories that tell of colors the first cameras couldn't quite capture, full of characters so diverse in complexion, you have a hard time finding similarities in anything but our laughter. So I am sorry, L'Oreal, but you're a little too late. You see, I no longer need a cream in a bottle to help me blend in. I'm a little too busy trying to stand out. Yeah.